Okay, let's dig deeper into this cool trend and its impact on the travel industry. For that, Michael Taylor now joins us. He is the Senior Managing Director of Travel, Hospitality, Retail, and Customer Service at J.D. Power. Michael, good to see you again.
Yeah, I see you again.
Let's talk about this impact of coolcations, choosing a cooler locale to enjoy one's vacation, and its effect on travelers' health, wellness, and mental well-being as well.
Well, when your producers approached me about this, I thought this was a fantastic segment because that's exactly what I take, are coolcations. I can't understand people who want to go out to 100-degree Fahrenheit temperatures. I think that's enjoyable. Just a couple of weeks ago, my wife and I were in Ireland, where the high temperature was 62 degrees Fahrenheit, so about 13 degrees Celsius or so. So yeah, there is a trend towards this, and it really is, as your previous segment illustrated, it's very much driven by young people. They want to have those different experiences, and they're constantly online looking at what other influencers are doing in their travel, and they're looking for something that's different, something that'll set them apart from the crowd. And this is definitely one of those trends.
Yeah, you know, I guess in years past, people just want to go to the beach, drag their feet across the white-hot sand, and then make their way to a beach chair and have a few cocktails or whatever. But nowadays, especially the younger folks, as you talk about, they're seeking immersive experiences like ice hiking, winter festivals, Arctic wildlife exploration. What does this say about travelers' shifting priorities?
Well, it's been a trend for probably the last 7 or 8 years to have experiences, not just go to places, but have experiences. And if you want to be different, and that's what's important to online presences, people on Instagram, people on Facebook, they're looking for those different experiences, and these are definitely different than traditional vacations that your parents and perhaps when you and I were younger were more likely to take. So the world is getting smaller because the internet is making it smaller, and that certainly is feeding that trend.
And it also makes it easier just to zip on and take a look at things before you get there. Like, I've spent a decent amount of time in Alaska, and I really like it up there. And I have a lot of friends who are locals, and one thing they say, like, look, if you take a cruise up, the best thing about that is you're only 30 minutes from Alaska. They're not a big fan of cruises. They want people to just go up there and immerse themselves. So besides Alaska, what are some of the coolcation options to beat the heat right now?
Well, I had mentioned Ireland is a very popular destination now. Norway is a very popular destination. Iceland, which is very, very different for most people as far as a vacation destination. Those are the kind of, you'll excuse the expression, hot destinations for coolcations.
You've been waiting to use that one. Also, I guess Denmark as well. They have some pretty interesting areas, but these are areas that have been affected by climate change as well. So when we talk about these unconventional destinations, how is climate change fitting in there right now?
Well, some of the shift in temperatures are making it a little bit more hospitable during fringe vacation times, those fall vacation times, because I think it's also driven by the fact that we're still here, especially driven by the U.S., school vacation schedules. Students go back and families go back to having a regular at-home kind of existence, and younger people who have a much looser vacation policy at most of the companies I work with than when you and I were younger, are now able to take advantage of it. My daughter spent just 7 weeks on a working vacation in Europe. And now she went to some hot locations. She didn't go to cool locations. She's got a kind of a different blood chemistry than her father does.
Kids are tougher, too, at that age. It's easier to bounce back. A lot of people push back on the term ecotourism, but for lack of a better term, let's talk about that and some of the benefits in opting for these coolcation areas rather than just going to a beach and vegging out for 8 days.
I think that younger people want to leave a lighter footprint on the world, and they don't want to kind of be part of the crowd. You had mentioned earlier, and we had a segment last month that you and I talked about, where cruise ships would dock at a location and thousands of people would get off.
Yeah.
And that's very impactful to a location and to the ecosystem. And if you can get out there and you're the only person on that beach or the only person, on that fjord, I think that you feel like you're leaving a lighter footprint. And if you're careful, you will leave a lighter footprint.
Yeah, good for them too. Do you think this is here to stay?
I'd like to think so. It's always been here to stay with me. But yeah, I think so. I think the world is, like I said, getting smaller, and people are looking for those different experiences. I don't see that trend abating in the next 10 years or so. So I do think that things will be, just getting there is, half the adventure. But I think this is going to be a long-term trend, yes.